I'm going to be playing the Dark of Nibin-dum from the Dark of Mirkwood scenario pack. Playing the Ent deck with the added Ent cards that I showed in my last video. And the cards are from the Treason of Saruman. That's right now you can get on Amazon for just over $30. The Altered Crown is rare and hard to come by unless you want to pay a fortune on eBay. And the Dungeons of Gurat, there's only one card in the deck from this adventure pack, Leaf Lock, so you could easily proxy the card or not have it in your deck. I'm playing with the same heroes that I played with in the last quest. Legolas, Amarthiel, and Biffer. For our opening hand, Treebeard, we're keeping this hand. Another Treebeard. This is the card from the Altered Crown. That is pretty much the best Ent card you can get. He costs 4, he's neutral. He's a 2, 4, 3, 5 Ent. Can't have restricted attachments. Treebeard enters play exhausted and collects 1 resource each resource phase. These resources can be used to pay for Ent cards played from your hand, and an action that you can spend 2 resources from Treebeard's resource pool to ready an Ent character. (1A) The Dark of Nibin-dum. Search the encounter deck for the Goblin Chieftain, Cracked Pillar, and Cave Torch. Set Goblin Chieftain and Cracked Pillar aside out of play. The first player attaches Cave Torch to one of their heroes. Shuffle the encounter deck. Here's the Cracked Pillar and the Goblin Chieftain. Cave Torch. It's restricted, and you can exhaust the Cave Torch to place up to 3 damage on a dark location. And forced. After Cave Torch is exhausted, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If that card is an enemy, add it to the staging area. It's like you've been noticed. Now, 1B, each player has to search the encounter deck for a different location and add it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. We're going to pick a Collapsed Mine. I don't really care how much progress you put on the quests, because Ents are sleepy when they start out. And it has the least amount of threat of all the locations. Draw a card. Booming Ent. Well, we're not going to play anything. We are going to quest for 2. And there's 2 in the staging area. Crumbling Ruin. Oh. You must either exhaust a character and discard the top card of your deck, if able. If the printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points of the exhausted character, discard the exhausted character. We're going to exhaust Legolas and discard, and it's 1, so we're safe. So we quested neutral. Now we're going to travel to the collapsed mine. Go to the next round. We're going to put in Treebeard. And then we're going to put in a Booming Ent. And we're going to quest for 2. And there's nothing in the staging area. Goblin Tunnels. Well, we quest neutral. Go to the next round. Beachbone. Now we're going to quest for 2, 4. And there's 2 in the staging area. Cave Troll. Now there's 5 in the staging area, so we quest unsuccessfully by 1. And we're going to put 3 progress onto the active location and reveal the top card. It's not an enemy. Or go to the next round. Actually, we have to engage this cave troll. We're going to block with the Booming Ent. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. We're going to deal it to the Booming Ent. So now the Booming Ent's destroyed. There's no progress to remove. And we're going to attack back for 6 and deal 2 damage to the Great Cave Troll. And go to the next round. Gandalf. Oh, we're going to play Gandalf. And put 4 damage onto the cave troll and destroy it. Now we're going to put in Beachbone using 1 of Treebeard's resources. And now we're going to go quest. We're going to quest for 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And there's 2 in the staging area. Crumbling Stairs. Well, Crumbling Stairs is in the staging area. Progress can't be placed on it. So we quest successfully by 3. That clears out the underground, the collapsed mine. Now we're going to travel to the crumbling stairs. And go to the next round. Handoff leaves play. Booming Ent. Going to put a Booming Ent into play. We want to trigger its resources. Now we're going to put a Limbus into play. Now we're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 2 in the staging area. Goblin Troop. Now there's 5 in the staging area. So we quest successfully by 1. Now we have to engage the Goblin Troop. So we're going to block him with Martial. No shadow, 2 damage. Now we're going to ready up Martial with Limbus. Heal him up and attack with Legolas and a Martial and deal 3 damage to the Goblin Troop. Go to the next round. I put a Bow of the Galadriel onto Legolas. Now we're going to quest for 2, 4, 6. And there's 2 in the staging area. Goblins are upon you. When revealed, each player must search the encounter deck and discard pile for a goblin enemy and put it into play. Engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. This effect cannot be cancelled. Well, we're going to get this Goblin Town Scavenger. So we quest successfully by 4, and that puts 2 progress onto the active location, exploring it. And reveal this, it is a location, so that goes to the staging area. And now we're just going to travel to that. Now, deal out shadow cards. We're going to block the Goblin Troop with a Martial. Cancel all combat damage dealt to attacking enemy this round. Great. Does 2 damage. Now we're going to block this with the Booming Ent. No shadow, no damage. Now we're going to attack back with Legolas and destroy the Goblin Town Scavengers. And put 2 progress onto the active location. And go to the next round. we're going to put in a Welling Hall Preserver using 2 of Bifur's resources and 1 of Treebeard's resources. We're also going to put in a Durndingle Warrior. We're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 2 in the staging area. Goblin Runner and Watchful Eyes. Attach Watchful Eyes to a character. We're going to attach it to a Martial. Then we're going to play Hands Upon the Bow and destroy the Goblin Runner. That puts 2 progress onto the active location. And we quested successfully by 4. So that clears out the active location and puts finally some progress onto the main quest. And we're going to travel to the Goblin Tunnels. And now we're going to ready up Treebeard. And we're going to block the Goblin Troop with Treebeard. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. And attacking for 5, 2 defense, so we deal 2 damage to Treebeard. And the Booming Ent gets +1 attack. And now we're going to attack back with the Booming Ent and a Martial and destroy the Goblin Troop. But we have to reveal the top card because of the Watchful Eyes, and it's Lost in the Dark. Player who must exhaust a cave torch or progress can't be placed on the quest until the end of the phase. We'll fix the progress can't be placed on the quest. Go to the next round. Durndingle Warrior. Now we're going to go into the quest phase. We're going to quest for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there is 0 in the staging area. Obsidian Arrows. Deal 2 damage to a character you control. We're going to deal that to Beachbone. And the Booming Ent gets another attack. And we quest successfully by 9. That clears out the Goblin Tunnels and puts 2 more progress onto the main quest, bringing it to 4. Now we go to the next round. And the Welling Hall Preserver, when it's ready, it's going to heal 1 from Treebeard. Leap Lock. We're going to move one resource from Martial to Biffer and put in Leaf Lock. And now we're going to put in another Durndingle Warrior. So to get my questers in one area and my attackers in another. Now we're going to the questing phase. We're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing in the staging area. Surge and Eyes in the Dark. Doom 1. And each player must choose either raise your threat by 1 for each questing character you control or discard a questing character you control. I would have to raise my threat by 4. I'm going to raise my threat by 4. And we put 8 progress onto the main quest going to the next stage. (2A) When revealed, add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. Each player searches the counter deck and discard pile for a different enemy of their choice and adds to the staging area. Shuffling counter deck. We're going to add the Goblin Town Scavengers to the staging area. We don't have to deal with that when revealed effect. We're adding the Goblin Chieftain. Now, 2B, Surprise Attack. 0 quest points. During the encounter phase, treat each enemy's engagement cost as if it were 0. This stage gets +4 quest points for each enemy in play. So we got 3 enemies engaging us. And the Goblin Chieftain is +2 to all his stats. The main one is the attack. Deal out shadow cards. And we're going to block the Goblin Runner with a Durndingle Warrior. Deal 1 damage to him to give him +2 attack. If this attack destroys the character, it doesn't. Now we're going to block the Goblin Chieftain with the Martial. Cancel all combat damage dealt to attacking enemy this round. We're going to return him to the staging area. We're going to take this undefended. No shadow. 1 damage. We're going to put that on Biffer. Now it's our turn to attack back. We're going to attack with Legolas and destroy the Goblin Runner and put 2 progress onto the main quest. Now we're going to attack with the Booming Ent and destroy the Goblin Town Scavenger. We go to the next round. Another Welling Hull Reserver. I'm going to put that into play. And we're going to heal 1 damage from the Durndingle Warrior because of the other Welling Hull Reserver. So you're seeing how that combo is going. We also had to reveal a card because of the Watchful Eyes. Doom 1. And there's no questing characters, so there's no effect. We're going to go to the quest phase. We're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 2 damaged Ents. So Leaf Lock gets +2. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. To 2 in the staging area. And the card revealed is a Crumbling Ruin. Each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their decks if able. If the printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points of the exhausted character, discard the exhausted character. We're going to deal with a Durndingle Warrior. It's 2. So we're fine. So the quest is successfully by not 7. So that puts 7 progress. The main quest bringing it up to 9. And there's only needing to get to 4. So we clear it and go to the next stage. 3A, the Crash. When revealed, set Goblin Chieftain aside out of play and add Cracked Pillar to the staging area. 3B, 0 quest points. Forced, reveal an additional encounter card during the quest phase. And progress cannot be placed on Cracked Pillar while it's in the staging area. And after Cracked Pillar leaves play as an explored location, advance to stage 4A. And the Cracked Pillar has an ability that, while Cracked Pillar is in the staging area, it gains the first player may declare an attack against the Cracked Pillar during the combat phase, as if the enemy was engaged with them. Use the Cracked Pillar's threat as its defense. And when you to travel to it, you have to reveal 4 damage. So we're going to attack with the Booming Ent and Legolas and put the attacking for 7, 8, 9. We got enough to put the damage onto the Cracked Pillar. Just going to put 4 onto it. And now we go to the next round. I'm going to heal up 1 damage from Treebeard and 1 damage from Beachbone. Quick Beam. Ooh. I'm going to put Quick Beam into play. Here's another one from the Treason of Saruman. He's a 2-cost ally. He's a 2, 3, 1, 3, Ent. Can have restricted attachments. Enters play exhausted. Response. After Quick Beam enters play, deal 1 damage to Redium. So we're going to deal 1 damage to Quick Beam to show his hastiness. And that gives Booming Ent another attack. And Leaf Lock another willpower. Now going into the questing phase, we're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have to reveal 2 cards. And there is 2 in the staging area. First one is a Goblin Dungeon. And the second one is a Cavern Wog. 2 threat. Response. When Cavern Wog attacks you, exhaust Cave Torch to cancel the attack and return to the staging area. So we added 5 to the staging area, to bringing it up to 8. So we quest successfully by 5. Now we're going to travel to the Cracked Pillar, removing the 4 damage. And now we're going to engage the Cavernous Wog. And we're going to block with a Durndingle Warrior and deal 1 damage to give him +1, +3 defense. Now that gives Beachbone Booming Ent another attack, and Leaf Lock another willpower. Now we're going to attack back with Legolas, Booming Ent, Quick Beam, Durndingle Warrior. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We make it Beachbone too, to make it 16, and just trample this Cavernous Wog. And that puts 2 progress onto the... Actually, we're only going to attack with Legolas. And now we're going to go to the next stage because the Cracked Pillar is gone. And 4A, when revealed, add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. 4B, while there are at least 8 progress tokens on this stage, Goblin Chieftain loses to text, cannot take damage. This stage cannot be defeated while Goblin Chieftain is in play. When this stage is defeated, the heroes have rescued the captives, fulfilling their oaths, and the players win the game. The only reason why I didn't decide not to attack with these is in case an enemy came into my staging area, I could still attack them because it was the combat phase. But the Goblin Chieftain went to the staging area, so I didn't have that benefit. Go to the next stage. And we're going to heal up a Durndingle Warrior. That's it. Draw a card. Another Durndingle Warrior. Why don't we put him into play? Now we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. And there is a total of 7 in the staging area. Goblin tunnels, so we're up to 9. That puts 8 onto the main quest. Now we have to engage the Goblin Chieftain. And we're going to block it with a Durndingle Warrior. And 4 attack, no defense. No damage. And we're going to remove 4 progress from the quest to keep him engaged, but he still can't take damage. Now we're going to go to the next round. Draw a card. It's a booming ant. A boomed and trumpeted. Now we're going to go to the quest phase. We're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. $17, $18. And there is 5 in the staging area. And it's a crumbling stairway. Added 3, bringing it up to 8. So quest successfully by 10. Bringing it up to 14. We're going to block the Goblin Chieftain with a Durndingle Warrior. And cancel all combat damage this round. So we're going to take off 4 progress, bring it down to 10. Well, I guess we'll go to the next round. I heal 1 damage from a Durndingle Warrior. Gandalf. we're going to go into the questing phase. We're going to quest again for 18, and there's 8 in the staging area. A cave troll. So we're up to 11. So quest successfully by 7. Now we have 17 on the main quest. We're going to engage the cave troll. Now we deal out shadow cards. We're going to play a sneak attack Gandalf. And deal 4 damage to the Goblin Chieftain. Now we're going to block the Great Cave Troll with Gandalf. Attacking enemy makes additional attack. It does 2 damage to Gandalf. We're going to block with a Durndingle Warrior. Deal 1 damage to the Durndingle Warrior to give him +3 defense. And raise your threat by 1 for each point of damage dealt by this attack. So you have to raise the threat by 1. Because it dealt 1 damage. Now we're going to block the other Durndingle Warrior against the Goblin Chieftain. No shadow. Deal 1 damage to give it +3 defense. And we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damaged Ents. So that gives the Booming Ent 6+ attack. Now he's attacking for 8. And just to have some fun, we're going to play the Booming Ent and ready up this Durndingle Warrior that just got damaged, giving him +3 attack. So now we're going to attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, ready up Treebeard to make that 23 and destroy the Goblin Chieftain. So there we go. You see how it started out slow again, but as soon as the Ents got going, they couldn't be stopped. And of the new Ents, these are the 3 key Ents. But that's a victory. Quick Beam, and you can get from the Treason of Saruman, and the Booming Ent and Treebeard come from the Altered Crown. And then the Entmoot comes from the Treason of Saruman. Along with the Entdrot. And this comes from the Dungeons of Cirith Grant. So that shows you how this deck can work against some tougher quests. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.